What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are finishing up the 20 altcoin video that I just posted. I'm going to post both these videos together by the time it happens, so I'll probably just call this one part 2. I'll probably even put a link for this one in the description of the first one, but I left off at AIOZ for Steve Letterman. We're talking about the rest of them. I'm not going to go over the list or give shout outs as this is just the part 2 to a video that I've just made, so hopefully they'll be, when I list them, they'll be in direct succession of one another, so hopefully that makes sense. I don't know. I had to step away because my daughter was having a little cough attack, and I just had to be there for her. So anyways, finished up with AIOZ. Let's move on with this before the next cough attack happens, so I don't have to be doing this thing where I'm doing a dance between videos and being a dad, because I will choose being a dad first. That's you guys will be put on hold, man. Let's see, bottom to top, 236 hit, yeah, but you're above the 382. Let's look for support on that 382. Look for support at 42.56. I bet you are moving lower. That's a little bit of a rejection off of that. You still have 3 days left in the week. Let's see how it goes. At the moment, I would think you do want to pull back to your 382, which is down at about 42.50. That would make sense to me. Wouldn't be weird at all. And then from there, then you can build outwards. But let's see how you do with that 382. If you close below it, then we can talk about lower prices. But I'm not really too convinced one way or another at this point. I would think that you want to continue higher. Yeah, that's farm. You're also in an accumulation range of your own. I love seeing coins like this, man, they're in accumulation. They haven't broken out yet. Sure, from their low point at $20 to their high point at 66, sure, they did a nice growth already, but they got a lot more left in the tank. This is the tank, man. We've yet to deplete the reserves. The weekly RSI does look nice. Actually, I really do like the weekly RSI. It's kind of like winding up. I know it almost looks like bearish divergence, but it's not. Really what it is, it's like you don't even want to be below the 60 too much. This is the bullish area of control. You've been living your life up here since November of 2023, end of October 2023, so really, really bullish stuff, man. You just haven't seen the follow through yet. With this kind of look, I would expect you're going to break out of this accumulation range soon. Is it going to be this week, next week, 2 months from now? I don't know. But I'm not under the assumption that you'd go below this low. Therefore, I'm also not under the assumption, oh, that's right, that you'd go below this 382 on a closing basis. So 42.50, that's where I think you're going. If not, somewhere above that. That's farm. Let's talk about engine. Oh, yeah. Yep. Also in an accumulation range of its own. I like the weekly RSI. I like the daily RSI. Yeah. Where are you in this range? Let's see. That's not what I was going for. Yeah, looking constructive, man. Looking good. A deep little pullback here, but nonetheless, you held an area you needed to hold. You're back above the 382. I would very much think you're earmarked for 38 cents to 41 cent area, and you just might break through it on this next go, which would mean 45 cents to 50 cents, 51 cents, and then inevitably 75 cents, $1. How much higher will you go after that? I don't know, but at the moment, I would say that I don't think you're going to go below 30 cents. At least on a closing basis. So if price does go lower, it's not going to be by much. I say not much, that's still like 10% from here. Yeah, I think it looks good, man. I think it wants to continue higher. It just might pull back in the more immediate term. Yeah, the 4 hour looks like it wants to go down a little bit. It might pull back, again, around 30 cents or so. You're at 33 cents right now, though, so you're already around 30 cents, but a little bit lower. That's what I think for engine. And then up, and then up. Overall, looks decent. Chad, this wasn't necessarily a request, was it? You were just saying it looks good. Is this the right one? You said soil. You said it looked so good. Maybe you're just basing that off of like the fact that it's like in a range. It's been range bound. I don't know. Kind of like a diamond top. Kind of. It kind of does look like a diamond, actually. Let's look at it on a weekly. not so much. Let's see. That little like big move in the middle, that's what gives it away. Let me draw some crappy lines here. It's too ugly. It's almost a diamond, but it's not. I don't want to see this be more like that. Something like that, which it's not. So nonetheless, some kind of consolidation phase up here. Is it going to move higher? Is it going to move lower? That's a good question. I don't know. Low to high. As long as you're above your 236, I think you're fine. But if you close below the 236 at about 55 cents, right? Like right around there, 55 cents, 50, yeah. If you close below that, let's see, what is it actually? 54.87 cents. If you close below there, you're going to your 382 at about 37.5 cents. That's my opinion, yeah. And potentially lower than that even. I don't know if I really don't like this daily RSI. I actually think it wants to go down. So if it looks amazing, Chad Chi, it must be the fundamental side, because the technicals look like ass right now, in my opinion. Let's see. Yeah, look at it's not good. 618 rejections, 236 holding, sure, but you're deconstructive. Now you're being rejected by your 0.5. You're closing below your 382. It's not good, man. Likely you will go below this low. And likely that minimum would be around 37.7 cents to 31.1 cents. That's my expectation, if not lower. Yeah. You could make a move all the way back down to 20 cents. And be fine. It'd still be a higher low, you know. But just to let you know, I don't know. I'm not seeing it. I think it looks bad right now, but I can be wrong, man. I absolutely can be wrong. I remember whenever I would like watch and comment on some people's YouTube channels, like, I don't know. I'm not going to give him a shout out because I think he's kind of a dick. But there's this one guy I used to watch. I don't even think I think he'd be like probably fun to hang out with, but I just think he thinks he's too cool, and I hate people like that. I don't hate people, man. I don't hate people like that. I just generally don't like people who think they're cooler than they are. I don't know, man. That's like my whole friend group, and they are cooler than they're cooler than they think they are, but they're not as cool as they think they are. If that makes any sense. I don't know, man. I'm talking too much right now. All I'm trying to say is I used to do requests on, you know, back in my early days, like 7 years ago, and then someone would talk about it, and when they didn't like it, they'd just be like, nope, it's going down, no way, that's it, I know what I'm talking about, it's going down, and then it would go up. It's like, okay, you might know what you're talking about. I as the requester, I was learning TA 7 years ago. I didn't know, so I took his word for it, and then it's like, oh, it ended up going up anyway. So I'm just saying, Chad, just because I don't see it with soil doesn't mean soil can't go up. I can be wrong. I'm not. Hopefully, I won't be a pompous, arrogant person ever in my life. But enough of that, man. This video 2-part series has gone on way longer than it should. way longer than it should. As long as you're holding above the 1618, this 236 area here at about 5086, 5089, I think you're okay. But if not, we'll probably see around 5035. You're at 4011 right now, so hard to say, not hard to say. I don't mind the weekly RSI. It's not really necessarily a good look, but it's not a bad look either. Neutral look on the daily, kind of in a good position, kind of a constructive position. We'll just see how you do, man. Stay above those numbers I was saying. Stay above that. You know, if you take this relative high here to that low, your 1618. Stay above that. 0.0, so 508938. Stay above that on a closing basis, and I think you're good. At that rate, I would think you're going up to you're going to 405, 3012 even, man. 13. All that's possible. But for now, probably consolidate a little bit more. You probably do move down in the more immediate term. Looking at the 4 hour. Yeah, probably move down a little bit lower, get some bullish divergence formed. You're going to have a higher low while having a lower low, and then boom, that's it. That's your ticket. You're going up after that. That's my assumption, and I doubt you go below that blue line, but you could, so just be prepared for that, but I don't think you will. That is bonk for Mr. Muhammad El-Mensi. We're going to talk about Jasmy now. Jasmy coins in the air, man, and wave them like you just don't care. C-Zar is a good guy. You were asking if this means it's going to reverse from here. It could. I don't think it's going to reverse dramatically. I think Jasmy, it's got more to go, man. But that's a breakout move, right? All these accumulation phase patterns, like we've gone over a bunch of different charts that look just like this without this move, right? They haven't gotten it yet. That's what's coming for a lot of these coins. I say that we've gone over. It was in the first part probably that we went over a lot of those coins, but less coins like that in this second part. But man, we're looking for a day like that, like a week like that. It's going to come for a lot of these coins. Now, does this one continue? Does it follow through? Does it have another week like that? It could. It really freaking could, man. Like you might be with Jasmy, you might be making a move all the way up to 3.6 cents. You're at 1.5 cents right now, right? Before then, you could pull back. Sure, you could. It's very normal to pull back to an area that you broke out from. Pull back and check it as support at about 0.00739. That's like a 50% drop from here, right? Literally to a T, 50%. Yeah, you could. Previous areas of resistance right there. I'll delete the bubble so you can see it, right? Resistance, support. You might even find support right around here where you found support previously, which is also kind of at the tip of this resistance in the accumulation range. I don't personally see you going below 0.0074. I don't. You might even stop at around 0.008382. You might tip that exactly, or somewhere above it. I don't know if relative fibs are going to help us out on this one. Okay, yeah, 382 right there. Yeah, you could pull back to your 382. Very common. In fact, it's a good thing when you see a strong move, pull back to its 382, and then it finds support. That's a very classic maneuver when dealing with strong moves that are moving fast, like to the upside. And I think this is what that is, man. You just broke this accumulation range that you were in since September 2022. You just broke it. I don't think it's the end of this move up. I think you have more to go. But again, for the time being, could you move down a little bit? Sure, you could. I don't mind the 4-hour RSI. I don't mind the daily. I certainly don't mind the weekly. Just as much as you could move down from here, you could move up. So if you know, none of this is financial advice, but if I had any financial advice at all, it would be buy the dip, man. Buy it when it comes. Get it while it's hot, because it's not going to be there for long. Nothing lower is promised. You might turn around at 1.34 cents. And I know I was talking about it going all the way down to like 0.009 or 0.008 or 0.007, you know, but I just don't mess with this, man. Don't mess with it. I don't know if it's a good time to get out. I definitely don't think it's a good time to get in. I personally, looking at this, would wait for at least 1 cent area, 1.1 cent area or lower. But I do think it goes down there, but could it move up first and then see a pullback? Sure. Who knows? It's hard to say. But I definitely, one thing that's not hard to say is I don't think this is the end of it. I absolutely believe there's more. And when I say the end of it, I mean immediately speaking. Like over the rest of February going into March, you're going to go higher. You're very likely, in my opinion, going to go higher. So for whatever that's worth. But I can be wrong. Been wrong before. Let's finish this up with Buddha. Buddha. Oh, it's Buddha. It's Bud, ha. Buddha, rocking everywhere. It's like Jesus coin, but for the Buddhists out there, right? The Tibetan monks. Is Tibet even a place anymore? Like, is Tibet a country? Region? Into the Tibet Autonomous Region. That sounds very Chinese. Autonomous Region of China, yeah. I thought China overtook it. That's right. You know, there's no hate to the Chinese out there or anything, but they did usurp the Dalai Lama, who the Dalai Lama is like the figurehead for Buddhism, right? They put their own Dalai Lama in there, and that's not how it's supposed to be. You can look it up, but they're trying to manipulate the religion, and I say they. It's not Chinese people, but it's the government, the Chinese government. They're like people in charge over there. Enough of that, though. Man, let's finish this video. Top to bottom. Lower. You're going lower. Not a lot of volume here at all. Yeah. Yep. We'll see you at 50562. Probably Buddha won't go up until Jesus coin goes up, I bet. Because it's like a meme of the meme, right? And no, Buddha and Jesus aren't related. They're not cousins, but in the crypto world they are. I would think that if Jesus coin does well, this thing will do well, and I think Jesus coin is going to continue to bleed, so Buddha as well. With the rejection here off the 100 level, you couldn't even get to your 886. With this look, man, I'm very convinced you will see below this 1414, the next target being at the 1618, which is at 505624. You're at 401169 now, so buckle up. You're going for a ride downtown, man, and that's where we're going to leave it. So if you guys like the video, hit that like button. As far as a winner goes, I really don't know if there is. I don't know what to choose off of this. Let me think here. There were a couple that were in accumulation phases that looked like they want to break out soon. There was one. Which one was it? Was it Engine? Was it Engine? I'd be surprised if it was Engine. I think it was Engine. I think it was. Engine might be the winner, in which case I'd go to Frank Brantley. But it could just as easily be some of the other ones that I went over in part 1 that that looked very similar to this as well. It's hard to say when these things are going to pump, but for now, I guess Engine, man. Looks like to me it's the most ready out of a lot of these to like break out of its accumulation phase. A lot of these also have already broken out, so they might do better in the more immediate term. Maybe they could come down because they've already broken out and then continue higher. It's hard to say, but this thing, the downside risk is is like very largely mitigated in comparison to the upside potential from its current price. So that's why it's the winner. Anyways, if you guys like the video, hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more. Thank you all for coming. I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.